Good morning, class 12. Welcome you all in Classroom Notes by Rekha Jain. First of all, do subscribe my channel if you have not done yet, and do press the bell button and like button so as to get the notifications of my future videos. So we are going to start the chapter The Enemy, written by Pearl X. Buck. In this video, I'll try to explain the chapter line by line, although I have explained the summary with its theme in my previous video. So this will be in continuation of the previous one. So let us start the chapter. Dr. Sadao, who is the protagonist here, his house was built upon a Japanese coast where he had always played as a little boy. His house was very low, square shaped, stony, and that was built on a hill well above a narrow beach, and that was surrounded with bent pine. And he had become skilled in climbing the pine trees, supporting himself bare feet, that means without any footwear, as he had always seen the men in the South Seas where they climbed to take the coconuts. His father, who had always encouraged him by showing the islands in the distance in the sea, and who will always say to the little brave boy by showing those islands in distance, yonder here means distance, those islands in distance are the stepping stones to the future of Japan. And when Dr. Sadao would ask seriously, where will they go from those islands, father would always say, that can never be told, and future of anyone can never be limited, because future is always in our own hands. Now Sadao had taken the words of his father seriously, because he had never joked with him, and his father had spent limitless time, infinite means limitless time, and had always taken pain with his only son. Now Sadao was also aware that the chief concern of his father was his education, and that is why when Sadao reached to the age of 22, he was sent to America. Why? In order to gain mastery in surgery and medicine. And he came back at 30, and before the death of his father, Dr. Sadao became famous not only as a surgeon but also as a scientist, because by then he had become perfect in making the wounds entirely clean. Render here means in enabling the wounds entirely clean, and because he was perfect in his profession, that is why he had become close to the general of Japan army, whose name was General Takima, because General Takima was suffering from some medical problem, and that is why any time he could need the operation, and that is why Dr. Sadao was never sent with troops at war fronts. Now, this is the time when Dr. Sadao was married. He was blessed with 2 children, and he was standing in the front yard of his house. It's the time of evening, and the clouds were rising from the ocean. During the past few days, weather had changed unexpectedly. From the cold waves, warm weather had started, and that is why fog had been created. And Dr. Sadao watched that mist started hiding the little island near the shore, and then after some time that mist will keep creeping, that means crawling up to the beach below the house, and that will wreathing means covering around the pines, and his own house would also be wrapped, that means covered, and then he would go inside the room where Hana would be waiting for him with the 2 children. But when he was standing there, the door opened and his wife Hana came out, and she was wearing a loose garment, that is haori. Haori over the kimono. Kimono was a Japanese garment over which she was wearing haori, woolen haori. And she showed her affection over him, put her arms around him, and smiled, but did not say anything. Now he recalled that he met Hana in America, and although he started liking her, but he didn't fall in love with her unless he was sure that she was a Japanese. His father would also never accept her unless he would ensure that she was a pure Japanese. Pure in her race means pure Japanese. And he often wonders, had he not married Hana, whom else would he have married? It was just by luck. It was just in the most casual way. Just by chance, literally, he met Hana in an American professor's house. The professor and his wife, they had been very kind, always ready to do something for the foreign students. But the students had always felt bored of them. And Sadao had told this also to Hana. He had hardly gone to professor's house, and that night, when he met Hana, he did not like the house because the rooms were very small, food was very bad. His wife was also very voluble, that means loud. But he continued living there. Why? Because he met Hana, whom he started loving. Now he felt the warmth of her arms, and he was aware that they had been married, and they were blessed with 2 children, and they had not married just casually. Heedlessly means casually, carelessly in America. Only after finishing their work at school, they came back to Japan, and after having the consent of Sadao's father, they married. And how did they marry? They did not marry just blindly. They married in a particular traditional Japanese style. Although they had talked about everything beforehand, but now they were perfectly happy, and she wanted to shower her love. That is why she put her cheek against his arm, and that moment, suddenly they saw something coming out of the mist in the distance, and when they noticed, it was a man, and he was flung up. That means he was thrown up out of the ocean, and as if he was thrown up by a breaker, that means by a wave, very strong wave of the water. And he staggered, that means he walked unsteadily, as if he would fall. He took a few more steps. His body outline means his body was faintly visible due to the mist, and his arms were above his head as if he would fall down, and the curled mist, that means surrounded mist, again hid him. Hana cried, "Who is that?" And she became conscious, dropping Sadao's arm. They both leaned, means bent forward over the railing. What is railing? The structure of the veranda. When they saw carefully, the man was almost crawling. Man means creeping, because he was unable to stand, and then they saw him falling on the ground. Sadao said, "Perhaps it's a fisherman who is thrown away from a boat." He ran quickly. Behind him ran Hana, and her white sleeve was flying because she was in a hurry. That area was lonely because although at a distance of 1 or 2 miles were the fishing villages, but that area was quite open and lonely, and moreover the watery area, wavy part was spiked with rocks. That means there were sharp points of the rocks, and somehow this man must have managed to come through the rocks, but he would have been torn badly. That means he would have been injured badly. They saw, when they came towards him, there was sand soaked with blood. A stain of red means soaked with blood. That means blood was coming out from some part of his body. And Sadao, on watching him, exclaimed that he was badly wounded. And quickly he made haste, means he quickly searched for the man who lay motionless, means who was not moving. His face was in the sand, and an old cap which he was wearing that had become wet, that soaked with sea water, means that had become wet due to sea water. And moreover his wet rags of garment, means wet dirty clothes had become dirty clothes had also become wet. Sadao stopped there and turned to men's hand. They saw the face of the man, and Hana whispered, immediately identified it was a white man. White was their enemy. And when Wet Cap fell away, his yellowish hair emerged out of the cap. And they were very long, the hair was very long, as if they hadn't been, the hair hadn't been cut, and it was a tortured face, means as if somebody had inflicted cruelty upon him. With a rough yellow beard, and he had become unconscious, and he was unaware what Sadao and his wife were doing for him. Now Sadao started searching for the wound, because he was expert in his profession. He searched for the place from where the blood was coming out, and the moment his fingers touched the wound at the right side of his lower back, Sadao saw there was a gun wound which had been reopened, and the flesh at that point was blackened with the powder. And not so many days ago had he been shot, and he hadn't been tended, that means he hadn't been cared for. It was so bad for him that he was again wounded by the rocks. Oh, Hana whispered out of pity in a serious, solemn voice, serious voice, and in a concerning voice. He is bleeding. And the mist screened them, that means misty surroundings was there, and they were covered with mist at that time of the day. And the fishermen had also gone, and not even the beachcombers were possible to come there. Beachcombers are the people who search for something of their use at the seashore, and they must have gone back. Now Sadao muttered, that means he spoke in a low voice, what should they do? But simultaneously his trained hands were searching for the wound to stop the blood, to staunch, means stop the fearful bleeding. Fearful means scary bleeding, because blood was coming out in with a great speed. Now he packed the wound with taking some sea moss. Sea moss are the water plants that had strewed there, that means that had scattered there. When the doctor did that, the man cried out of pain in his stupor. Stupor means in his unconsciousness, but still could not waken up. Now Sadao answered to himself that the best thing would be to put him back, because he was a white man and white men are their enemies. Now for some time the bleeding was stopped because of the efforts of the doctor. Doctor now stood up and dusted his hand from the sand, and Hana agreed with her husband that yes, they should throw him into the sea. She said that steadily. The steadily here means firmly, but simultaneously Her concerning looks were there upon the motionless man. Now, students, you will see here a contrast in their speech and action. What they were deciding to do, they were not doing. And this is showing the divine human spirits in their hearts. So, Dr. Sadao said, there is the risk in both of our actions. What are actions? If we shelter a white man in the house, we could be arrested. Okay, and or if we hand him over as a prisoner, then definitely he would die. So the best and kindest thing for him to put him back into the sea. Now see again, they were saying but not throwing him, and they were staring at the man with a curious repulsion. That means a curious dislike, and dislike was very strong. And they were staring, watching constantly at the inert figure, means motionless figure. Now Hannah whispered, "What is she? What is he?" And Sadao said, there is something that is about this man, and something was written upon his cap, and the cap had become battered, that means torn and worn out, and whatever was written, that had also become faint, because almost gone was the paint lettering. That means some letters were written but had become painted. And what was written upon the cap? A sailor from an American warship, US Navy. Now the things have become clear. He was from a US Navy. That means he was the prisoner of war. Oh my God, he had escaped, and that is why he had been wounded in the back. Sadao agreed. And so students, I think I should stop here.